up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another episode of the Tea or Coffee ZA. Now, today's episode is going to be just a slightly different, only because I'm going to be speaking about things that the media hasn't covered or things that I personally think deserves to be in the news but hasn't been in the news. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend that President Lehlonolo is in town. So let's get into the video. So in today's episode, I will only be speaking about 3 things, mainly because you guys know that I like to keep such things short so that I can grasp your attention and I can keep your attention instead of you guys getting bored like, oh, she's always speaking about this and that, right? So I'll only be mentioning 3 things that the media hasn't covered that deserves coverage, that is an ongoing problem. So we are going to go at number 3 to the problem in Yemen. For me personally, it's quite scary that statistics say that over 24 million people in Yemen need assistance, and assistance in terms of food, in terms of shelter. 24 million. Now, I don't know if you guys want to let that stat sink in, but I'm going to give you another stat. Before COVID-19, 2 million kids in Yemen were already out of school. Now, because of COVID-19 and already they're living the way they live that side, now 5 million kids are out of school. Can you imagine in a country that is full of war, famine, that is full of starvation? Can you imagine even the kids that are in school, how they're suffering? Over 85,000 kids in Yemen have already died of famine. Now, I don't know, but that's quite scary that as the world, we've let it happen. We've let over 85,000 kids die due to a preventable cause. Something that is able to be prevented. I mean, why do we have the UN? Why? Why do we have these big organizations that money and millions go into every year, only for 85,000 children to die at the world's hands? Now, what's happening in Yemen, I think by the time I put this video out, there would have already been some sort of news coverage because of the internet going crazy about it. But before that, I mean, we've let 85,000 children die already. So can you imagine how the cries in Yemen was so loud, yet the world was silent about it? The world just refused to listen. It is quite scary. I hope that the people in power can actually do what they're in power for. I hope that there becomes peace in Yemen. I pray for Yemen. So that was quite an emotional thing for me, especially when I went on Instagram and I saw the videos of the kids that are starving and the kids that are going hungry, and thinking that every night before I sleep I have a meal, but there's kids that live on nothing. So this is kind of something that I'm telling you guys so that you guys can forever be grateful, because you never know what someone else's struggle is. Your struggle could be someone else's dream. So just be grateful. Be grateful. At number 2, I will be speaking about the Uyghur concentration camps that are in China. Now, I read the story earlier on in the year because at some point on Twitter it was going ham, was going crazy that we are living in 2020 and there is concentration camps, like Holocaust concentration camps, like King Leopold's rule concentration camps. Those things are still alive and very, very modern, you know. It's quite scary. So what is so here's the background. What's happening is that there's a minority group in China called Uyghurs. The Chinese are keeping them in something they call education and work camps, but in all honesty, it is concentration camps where thousands of them are being tortured. Their organs are being harvested. They are made to denounce that they're Muslim and kind of forced to believe whatever belief is believed in China. Does that make sense? Yeah, whatever belief is prominent in China, that is what they're forced. So they're forced to accept that Allah is not their God, or they're forced to accept that they do not have a God. They are literally trying to indoctrinate them and brainwash them. Now, the world is silent. The world is very, very, very silent about this matter, which is quite scary because these are people's lives. People are being killed and the world is silent. The world is choosing not to believe that it exists, and it is a problem. It is a problem because this is a minority group that might be washed out, all because we were silent, all because the Chinese are a world power. Now, I don't know.
YouTube might take down this video.
Because I'm spitting facts, you know. It's quite scary that such big things, and I know there is obviously like bigger things, and I know we've been going on about Black Lives Matter and justice for Collins Causa, and you know, but why can we not give stuff that is repeating itself in history? Why can we not give it the media attention and the media coverage that it deserves? I think it is inhumane what is happening in China. I think it is disgusting. I think we are disgusting for keeping quiet and keeping silent about it. And I also feel it's because China is such a superpower that nobody wants to step into their territory and nobody wants to, you know, do anything. But if you think about it, here in our hometown, South Africa, a lot of things like that happened where people chose to keep quiet about the atrocities of apartheid because like, do you understand? So I feel like now is the time to pray for the Uyghurs in China. Abolish those concentration camps. Why do we still have to go through what the Africans and the Jews went through in history? Why is history repeating itself so much? Like, I'm baffled, I'm bamboozled, I'm confused. And I don't think I'll ever have the answers as to why stuff like this is happening. But it needs to come to an end. And at number 1 is something that I'm very, very, extremely shocked by. I am angry about it, and even after 400 years, I can't believe that as the world and globally, we are allowing it to happen. If you've caught on that 400 years statistic, yes, I am speaking about slavery. Currently, like as in right now, as I'm speaking, there is slave trade happening in Libya. Now, I'll say this again, that the world is failing us again. They're gonna allow this to unfold. They're gonna allow atrocities to be committed against Black people, and then only we're gonna write about it in our history textbook and be like, oh my word, like that was so disgusting, how could they? When we literally watched it unfold, we allowed it to happen. And I say allow because if it wasn't supposed to happen, then it wouldn't. I mean, there's actual slave trade where Black people are being sold for $400 by Europeans. Organs are being harvested, women are being raped, and children are being separated from their parents. Now, people are gonna come on this app and be like, this is gonna be like textbook worthy information. It shouldn't. It shouldn't happen in the first place. After Black people have fought for their rights, have fought for equality, and still to this day continue to do the same thing, just shows that there is a problem. And if you aren't willing to recognize that there is a problem, then you're part of the problem. Something needs to be done about the slavery in Libya. I mean, 400 years later, when we think we finally gained independence, when there's Day of Independence in different countries, there is still slavery. What independence are we talking about here? Independence, which one? I would like to know. Personally, I don't see no independence. I don't see it. Because if there was independence, then we would not be sold for $400. Like, my life and the people's lives in Libya are much more than $400. Now, my question is, why is the world allowing this to happen? Why? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It deserves media coverage. It deserves to be known, and it needs to be stopped. Period. Personally, things like this make me so angry because we speak about them in class and we have debates, and obviously we get those people that are like,
oh no, but like slavery like benefited society, eh? Like slavery and colonialism is the reason why we're so like advanced.
That kind of shit makes me mad. Like, I get angry when people say stuff like that. So now, instead of people just saying stuff like that, we're allowing history to replay itself. Now, every time I speak about matters every time I come on the Tea or Coffee today and I speak, every time I get even more angry that things like this are happening and that we're allowing it to happen and we're watching it, and we're just gonna write it down in history one day and be like, oh, this happened, when we literally watched. In a generation and society of information, technology, Google, Skype, Zoom, this, that, Instagram, Twitter, sibukele nje, sihleli, siyabuka, asenzi lutho. And I'm not saying, I know that people are gonna come at me like, oh, like Clooney, but what are you doing? I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. And this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be making people feel uncomfortable, that act like what's going on? This is my form of raising awareness. This is my form of putting things out there. And if you've retweeted, if you've signed a petition, you're doing great, sweetie. But if you're not doing anything, then you're part of the problem. Uthule nje, uyabuka. So if you want to feel uncomfortable by what I said, then allow yourself to feel uncomfortable, because it means you're not doing shit, you know? Mind my language, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Please tell me what topic you want to see me unpack on the Tea or Coffee ZA next. Or if you guys just want me to do my daily, weekly news, just tell me in the comment section. I hope that you guys do like this video. I hope that you like, comment, hope that you subscribe, because we are road to 500 subscribers. And I did say once I reach 500, I have a little surprise, but once I reach 1K subscribers, it's gonna be a movie. It's going to be a movie. So I hope that you guys do like this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is World, your president, signing out.